Coming up in today's new video, we take a look at one of the most anticipated games in play-to-earn history and dive into why this could be the next Axie Infinity. All that and more coming up next. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Third World Crypto, your home of all things within the metaverse. As always, my name's Zubaid, and if you are new here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Because today, we're detailing everything you need to know about Solchicks. From PvP battles to breeding NFTs, land ownership, in-game currency, and much, much more. So with that being said, grab some chicken wings and let's get this party started. But before we do, keep in mind this is not financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research. Put on your farmer's hat and tighten those bootstraps, because today we're answering the age-old question, why did the chicken cross the road? Because the gas fees were too high. Built on the Solana blockchain comes Solchicks, a multiplayer online role-playing game centered on adorable Solchick characters and the metaverse world that they live in. In this game, you will be tasked with rearing and training your Solchicks for battle in order to become the fiercest warrior of them all. Going up against online opponents by partnering with other players in PvP battles, your Solchicks battle scars will earn you some currency. Whilst the game will be centered on PvP battles and multiplayer skirmishes, it will also consist of an open world, with a storyline attached to it, in which various tasks and scenarios are to be completed in order to further one's progress within the game. Some of these quests will require you to travel to certain sections within the game and interact with the various NPC characters in order to obtain specific bits of information. While Solchicks is primarily a PvP game, there are PvE scenarios which are specifically designed to introduce gaming elements that furthers character development as well as tells the story of the Solchicks. Players will be completing quests and challenges within the storyline. Some scenarios can be played repeatedly for rewards, while others can only be played once per character. Most of the game will take place within the Solchicks village. The Solchicks village will serve as a virtual metaverse hub from which the game will be explored by players. Players will be able to navigate their avatars in the village to various gaming locations such as the market, shops, arena, or the wild in order to access different gaming features. But more on that later. Built on the Unity engine, Solchicks offers dynamic gameplay and detailed 3D graphics, creating a unique landscape that mimics high-level gaming titles such as League of Legends, Dota 2, and Diablo 3, whilst equipping its users with the bonus of play-to-earn mechanisms. In terms of categorization, Solchicks is clearly making a break to be the largest P2E game within the iconic online multiplayer space. And with the ingenuity of Unity's graphic design software, Solchicks looks to have gotten all their chicks in a row. Solchick characters are NFT collectibles, which players must purchase to use in-game. The supply of Solchicks, however, is limited to 10,000, with each Solchick having a unique design and custom ability. The path that you choose to take in the game will determine which traits and abilities you choose to favor as you progress, meaning that each character is able to have an alternate experience. Now, your Solchick will not be able to go into battle right away. There will be different levels that your Solchick will need to reach before being able to perform certain tasks. All Solchicks will start off at level 1 and will need to be nurtured and fed in order to grow. Building a great relationship with your Solchick through bonding and winning PvP battles will earn your Solchick experience points. Once you have maxed out your experience gauge for your level, your Solchick will level up. With each level up, your Solchick will gain new abilities as well as stat points, which you can allocate to certain attributes such as stamina, strength, dexterity, and intelligence to boost their in-battle performance. Bonding with your Solchick is a key element of the game. There are two ways that you can bond with a Solchick. Very similar to the old Tamagotchi game, you can do this by interacting with or feeding them. Hopefully, they don't end up pooping all over your screen. Interacting with your Solchick will increase its happiness levels. This can also be achieved by feeding your Solchick various types of foods, which can be purchased from the marketplace, found in the wild, or farmed yourself. As a token of appreciation for taking the time and effort to bond with them, your Solchick will gift you with a reward box at the end of each week, which will contain various items and in-game currency. So remember, a happy Solchick is what will keep you ahead of the competition. The rarity of each Solchick will be categorized based on their design features, as well as certain randomized hidden traits, with the overall rarity affecting their in-game stats. As you can see, there are 5 different categories or rarity levels, the first being common, followed by uncommon, rare, mythical, and legendary. These attributes range from power levels to item drops and breeding costs, so make sure that you get the right Solchick for your intended purpose. Depending on which items you upgraded with, your Solchick will attain various attributes. These attributes will aid your missions in-game. Physical items are also added to give your chick that extra feather in its coat and help you pump out your Solchick, increasing its rarity. You are able to accessorize your avatar with headgear, eye accessories, clothing, shoes, as well as a background. This level of customization offers users the opportunity to diversify their character's value. So don't worry if you've missed out and ended up with a common looking chick. You can still get the chance to make the other chicks go cluck. Solchicks offers a player versus player battle mode, in which users can test their mightiest Solchicks against one another. At level 15, your Solchick is now a fledgling and is taking its first steps towards adulthood. This will be its first taste of battle as the Solchick gains skills and levels up through PvP battles. This is the stage where you will discover latent traits and talents for your Solchick and slowly begin to mold it into the warrior you need it to be. By bonding with your Solchick and earning experience points through PvP battles, you will soon reach level 30 and your Solchick will evolve into an adult Solchick. At this stage, your Solchick will begin acquiring the basic skills and moves as it may now enter into tournaments and compete for leaderboard rankings. Adult Solchicks may also start using items to enhance their chance at victory. PvP battle is an essential part of the game, where your Solchicks are pitted against one another in teams of 3 or as a battle royale style skirmish. Players can queue into each battleground either solo or in teams. The battleground will match you with an opponent or team, depending on the mode, of a similar skill level. From there, you will each attempt to navigate the arena and outmaneuver one another in real-time combat until one side stands victorious. Of course, if you see that you're losing the battle and don't really wish to continue, you could always just act like a chicken yourself and flee.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
If you're interested in making love, not war, then don't worry. Solchicks has an alternative lifestyle for you. If you're lucky enough to own 2 Solchicks above the level of 45, then you are in for a treat. You will be able to breed your Solchicks, enabling them to produce 1 Soul Egg. 1 Soul Egg will take approximately 1 week to hatch and bring to life 1 new Solchick NFT. Keep in mind that your Solchicks can only breed up to 7 times, and their characteristics will be a mixture of their parents. So make sure that you have paired the correct Solchick before breeding it. And in case you're thinking of just breeding your hatchlings with their parents, no. Solchicks cannot breed with their siblings or parents. In addition to these battle modes comes the raid mode, which your Solchick can only participate in once it has reached the final milestone. Only the most battle-hardened Solchicks will have a chance to evolve into Imperial Solchicks upon reaching level 60 and completing certain objectives. Sitting at the pinnacle of achievement, your Imperial Solchick will be able to participate in endgame content like raids, which is when you get to fight the big bad Solfox. That will probably do a lot more than just huff and puff and try to blow your house down. In addition to the PvP and raid modes, there are also a host of unique features added to the game. With Solchicks Farming, you are able to build experience through farming and raising crops. These crops can then be used as in-battle items to deal more damage, restore your HP, or improve your defense. If battle is not your thing, you could always just become a farmer and farm to sell items for some extra cash at the marketplace. If you find yourself to be exceptionally good at farming for items, then you can turn that hobby into a small side business by making use of the marketplace. Here you can sell food, crops, or materials that you no longer need. If it's something specific that you are searching for, then you can even exchange your items with other Solchicks. Alternatively, you could always use the market to stock up on items before heading into battle. Either way, with Solchicks Farming, you don't have to put all your eggs into one basket. If farming isn't your thing, then you can try something that wouldn't rustle as many feathers, such as Solchick Occupations. With this feature, you are able to use your Solchick by assigning it a job within the game. You get to choose between a sales chick, doctor chick, or builder chick, depending on what kind of rewards you are after. After reaching an in-game milestone and assigning your Solchick an occupation, you will enable it to acquire new abilities, perks, and talents. This passive form of growth ensures that your NFT is always rising in value. Get ready to throw up your flock signs with Solchick Gangs. If you feel that life is a bit too clocking tough for you, being a soul chick, then you can start your own gang by collaborating with other players and increase your chances of winning battles, which will ultimately result in more XP and loot. Form alliances and battle other gangs of Solchicks, all whilst furthering your progress within the game. Last but not least, we have Solchick Lands. We all know how lucrative virtual property has proven to be, and Solchicks looks to be no different. By owning land, you are able to make use of it in various ways. The most obvious being building your own coop, where your Solchicks are able to rest and rejuvenate after a long day of battles. Coops will allow your Solchicks to recover at a faster rate, as they will feel less threatened in a safer space. Land can be purchased together as a flock to make it more affordable and allow you to build a secure set of infrastructures to benefit other flock members. You are also able to convert land plots into farms where your Solchicks can passively gather resources while you are logged out. For the more entrepreneurial players, you can build your own shop or provide local services through amenities such as the local blacksmith or cauldron where potions are made. You are also able to build your own arenas to host your own tournaments. And who knows, you might even be able to host your own Solchick Coliseum. Furthermore, cross-chain NFT collaborations are expected as the ecosystem grows, in which other NFTs can enter into the Solchicks village and live alongside you. With the Solana blockchain at such a tender age, you can expect to see a lot more interoperability amongst other games and NFT projects as the Solana ecosystem continues to grow. To play the game, you will be required to have a Solana wallet, such as Phantom or Soulflare, as well as at least one Solchick NFT in order to connect you to the game. You will then be able to use your Solchick NFT as a playable character. Non-active Solchick NFT owners will have the option of staking their NFTs, making them available for use by other players. If you do not have one, then don't worry. You are able to mint a cloned Solchick NFT from an owner that has staked their Solchick. This will create an alternate save game state, with which you will be able to play the game without actually owning a Solchick. All rewards that are earned in-game will however be split with the original owner as a form of commission. The cost for minting these cloned versions of Solchicks will be determined by the supply and demand for Solchick clones. A great feature that's been added to the game is that any amount of Solchicks can be cloned from the original. So if you've been lucky enough to have caught yourself a Solchick, you have the option of earning some great passive income. With the floor price of Solchick sitting initially at 1.8 Solana at the time of release, it has since skyrocketed up to as much as 160 Solana for a rare Solchick, putting it at a value of over $35,000 at the time of sale. Some of the marketplaces where you can find a Solchick are Magic Eden, Digital Eyes, Solana Art, Soulsea, as well as Soul Shop. So basically anything with the letter Soul in it. With the game yet to be released, you can expect to see prices soar in the coming months. So start looking out for that rare Solchick and you might just strike gold. Solchicks boasts one of the largest social media followings for pre-IDO, with over 275,000 followers on Twitter and an accumulative 600,000 followers on other platforms such as Discord, Telegram, and Instagram. Solchicks has quickly earned the reputation of being the #1 most talked about play-to-earn game since Axie Infinity, with the game having launched on a record-breaking number of launchpads, with over 30 launchpad participants including Matic Launch, Trustpad, Engine Starter, and Starterra to name a few. Solchicks IDO has successfully had one of the largest launches in gamefi history. With all the hype and excitement around Solchicks, we need to understand just why this project has been breaking all the records. This is all made possible by the solid fundamentals that the company has put in place. When looking at the number of private investors and partnerships, it's easy to see why Solchicks continues to make all the right moves. With a host of investors such as Spartan Group, Gate.io, Metavest, Acnoledger, as well as over 300 other private investors, this chicken isn't short of admirers. Even their developmental partners are some of the biggest software companies within the crypto space, such as Chainlink, Solana, and OVR. If you were to take a glance at their website, you would see a host of familiar names within the crypto industry popping up just about everywhere. With large crypto players like Coindesk and Brave heading their marketing campaign, it would seem that this little chicken has done more than just cross the road, but made it all the way to the big time. With a team of over 70 people heading the Solchicks project, you can expect every sector of the company to be comprehensively covered, from strategy to development, partnerships, and marketing to name a few, making Solchicks the most well-rounded P2E game to hit the gamefi market. In order to bring you the very best in animation gameplay, Solchicks has hired a blue-chip game development team, one that boasts a wealth of experience within the gaming sector, enabling Solchicks to hit the ground running. With their development team having created some of the most successful gaming titles such as Point Blank, Maple Story, as well as PUBG, you can expect Solchicks to bring you the very best in online gameplay. With over 50,000 people having played the Solchicks demo during its first week of release, the game has already received some rave reviews. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, a lot of the gameplay in this video is of myself playing the game on their website, so do check it out if you have the time. All it takes is a Twitter account and you are good to go. With the developing team boasting a combined 50 years of experience within the gaming industry, it is easy to see why Solchicks is having no trouble taking off. Next, we take a look at their roadmap for 2022. Having successfully accomplished their goals for 2021, Solchicks is looking forward to an even more ambitious year ahead, with the official launch of their game. The game is set to have an alpha release within the first quarter of 2022. This will be followed by the Battle of the Solfox challenge. The end of quarter 2 is the big date that everyone will be looking forward to, as the official game will be released. At the end of the year, you will see the inclusion of all the additional gaming features such as land, buildings, and flocks. So keep an eye out for those specific dates. Upon going public, Solchicks had managed to crash the Solana network due to its overwhelming demand for Chicks tokens. With a list price of 0.05 cents to the dollar and an all-time high of 0.83 cents on the day of its release, Solchicks had briefly managed to accrue a market cap of over $4 billion, placing it around the same market cap size as metaverse giants Decentraland and Sandbox. Since its launch, however, Solchicks has had a massive sell-off that has seen the price plummeting to 0.15 cents to the dollar at the time of recording. With a project of this magnitude and hype around it, I don't believe that the Chicks token will be sitting around that price for too long. Solchicks is still very much in its infancy, so don't worry too much, there will still be plenty of time to get your hands on some Solchick tokens before the game is released. At the moment, you are able to purchase Chick tokens from Radium as well as Mex Global, with multiple other exchanges in the works. The token supply is set at 10 billion, with 49% of it set to be in circulating supply, with the rest of it set for business use within the company. That puts us up just shy of 5 billion tokens, which is not too bad in terms of price activity relative to market cap. Given the amount of hype and investment gone into this project, I could easily see Solchicks becoming a multi-billion dollar market cap again once the game is released. So ready your purses, cause these chicks aren't messing around. In addition, Soul Coins will be used as the in-game currency. Very similar to Axie Infinity's Smooth Love Potion token, Soul Coins will be for everyday use. Soul Coins can be purchased with Solana, but can ultimately be earned through gameplay and high leaderboard rankings. So make sure that you are at the top of your game to make you the most money. As a whole, Solchicks looks extremely promising. One thing that I would like to highlight is how well structured they are as a company in covering all aspects of the project. One common trend that I've noticed within the crypto space is the culture of attempting to be first with a project before anything else. Over 90% of the projects that I know seem to have been learning on the job and have pushed out their projects in a bid to be first, whilst compromising crucial parts of development such as marketing, user interface, social media, and more. Solchicks, on the other hand, has gone about their business in a more professional manner, amassing a large team with a wealth of experience in their respective fields. The barriers to entry in comparison to Axie Infinity are also significantly cheaper. The average price of participating and earning would require significantly less money, as Solana's gas fees in general are much cheaper. To top that, Solchicks boasts a host of additional features, ensuring versatility within the gameplay as opposed to a one-dimensional PvP and farming game. There's a clear emphasis on gameplayability by the creators, as not to turn Solchicks into an asset-driven game that favors the entrepreneur over the gamer. Solchicks has all the makings of a cult-like classic. The inclusion of storied gameplay should enable more users to remain active within the metaverse over a longer period of time, thus providing a more holistic experience for its users. With the biggest bonus being Solana and their low gas fees compared to Ethereum, it is highly possible to see an influx of gamers make their way to the Solana blockchain. Whether that be to save themselves from those horrible gas fees or simply to enjoy life as a Solchick. With all the hype surrounding Solchicks at the moment, only time will tell if Solchicks truly stands up to the behemoth that is Axie Infinity. But as this video has shown, Solchicks is one chicken that has just about got all its feathers and is ready to take off. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you have made it all the way to the end, then let me know in the comment section down below. If there are any other projects you would like to see me cover, then drop that down below too, and I will do my best to break it down for you. Do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and make sure to share the video with a friend or two. As always, my name's Ubaid, signing out for Third World Crypto. Stay safe, stay sound, and I will see you guys on the moon. Peace.